We are live. What is going on, everyone? Appreciate y'all so very much for being here. Anyone that's popping in right now, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me. Anybody that's watching this on the replay, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all of you. Great win. We got a great win today. I'll take it. We needed it. Good thing is we got 4 days off, so hopefully that'll be enough time to get LeBron some rest, AD some rest. It's really good that we got this win. We really needed this win. Now we play Detroit, San Antonio, then we play Phoenix, and then we play San Antonio 2 more times. So if we could get, four, preferably all 5 of those next 5 games, maybe we could crawl back into this a little bit, end up 8-10. It's not out of reach, right? I still think the Lakers got to do something. I still think the Lakers got to make a trade or figure something out. But hey, I'll take the win. I'm glad we got the win. Anthony Davis looked fantastic. He looked like the monster that we know and love. This is the AD we need. He had like 10 offensive rebounds, right? I believe tonight. He had 18 rebounds total. You give me 37 and 18. I'm not saying he's going to give us 37 and 18 every night, but just like the type of game that he had was just truly dominant fashion. And I loved it. Absolutely loved what I saw from Anthony Davis tonight. But real quick, what is going on? Yes, I know. I am excited finally, right? AD was his old dominant self. Yes. This is the AD we need. We need this AD night in and night out. He's too big of a mismatch against 90% of the league that there's no reason for him not to be just dominating the way he has been. This was a game we needed him, and he delivered. He delivered. Walker had another great game. Russ had a solid game. Not great, not perfect. He didn't shoot very well from the field, but he was killing it with he was in control, creating pace, which I really liked. He had 12 assists, 6 rebounds, 14 points. So he had a solid game. I wouldn't say it wasn't like great or anything like that, but he had a very solid game. I liked what I saw from Russ. Walker, again, like I said, was fantastic. He chimed in with 25. He's been a real steal for us. Reeves had another great showing tonight with 15. And then you had Winning Gabriel. Winning Gabriel's been solid for us as well. He came out with 9. And then Troy Brown, like every game gives us like 10 points. I know he got 9 tonight, but it's like every single game he's given us like 9 to 10 points. Like he's about as consistent as it gets as far as like point totals go. AD showed that if he's healthy, he will come through. Yeah, we need this Davis. And I'm excited for this little 4-day hiatus because I think we need it. 2, that gives LeBron time to because that'll basically give LeBron essentially a week off, which is good. He needs that. And then on top of him getting a week off, this will give AD some time to rest, get his body right, get his mind right, get everything right, and then he can kind of go and hopefully continue to perform this way. So this will be a much needed rest. We won a game. Yes, it was nice. I will take it. I am so thankful for this win. We needed it. And good thing is 4 out of our next 5 games are against, essential tanking teams, right? We got the Pistons, who we should beat. Then we have the Suns, which that's going to be tough. If we could beat the Suns, I wouldn't be shocked if we go on like a 6-game win streak. Because we got this game tonight, play Detroit. So let's say that's 2 straight games. Then you play the Spurs. I think we can beat the Spurs. So that's 3 straight games. If we play the Suns, if we can beat the Suns, that'd be 4 straight games. Then we play the Spurs 2 more times back to back. If I'm being honest, we probably lose one of those games to the Spurs. Just because, we play them 3 times. It's hard to beat somebody 3 times in a 4-day span. It's hard enough to beat somebody 3 straight times, period. But especially in a 4-day span. But if we could get it, we need to get it. Easy win on Friday. Yes, I will take it. I am glad we got this, and we should get the Detroit win on Friday. So we need that. We need that. Going another little win streak here. Only this time we need more than two straight games. There's the 80 we know and love. Yes, agreed. Um, Good day from Australia. What is up, Rupert? Appreciate you all the way from Australia. Thank you so much. Piss is trash. Yes, that should be a W. That should be a W. Great a win before the 4-day break. Yes, we needed that. We really needed that win. So that way we got the win, get a nice little break, get to relax, get ourselves right. LeBron, he essentially has like a week off by that point, kind of get everything together, and then get ready to run into this 4-day weekend. What's going on, Christian? Appreciate you. How are you? 80 is on fire. Yeah, he looked great. Spurs are taking 2. Yes. Finally got. I know. Seriously, this was a good win because it wasn't a close game. Like we had the lead start to finish. I don't believe the Nets had a lead once that entire game. Like that was a good win. I've always talked about there are good wins, there are bad wins. At this point, we need just any win we could get. But to come into a game, go start to finish against a Nets team that's been hot lately, right? And they've played defense. They've held their opponents to an average of 94 points per game. Lakers, put up 116. So that was good. Don't get me wrong, they didn't shoot the greatest, but you got to credit our defense for that too. Just because we were making things hard, we were switching, we were rotating, we were closing out on shooters and stuff. That obviously attributes to that. But all in all, it was good. I'm not gonna lie, I was like petrified when Kevin Durant scored like 8 straight points or 9 straight points. He got that and one 3-pointer, then he hit another 3, and then he got like the and one. I was like, dude, this dude just scored 10 points by himself in like a 20-second span. I was like, great, here we go. But luckily we got it. Luckily we got it done. Yes, Walker. Walker's been real nice for us. What a great pickup. Seriously, what a great pickup for the Lakers. Not very convincing. Nets had no center after Claxton's injury. This is absolutely a convincing one. Absolutely convincing. You're winning start to finish. You held the lead against a team. Claxton has been solid for them, but not great. This is a game that we should have played. They finally feed AD. That's the AD we've been looking for. AD. Yeah, but it's not just that they were feeding AD because they were. But AD was being aggressive the entire game. He was calling for the ball. He was fighting for position. He was demanding the ball. Like, that's the AD we need. We need that AD night in and night out. Like, that AD can potentially get us back to the promised land. And that's the AD we need. We need that AD that can get us back to the promised land here. Now, like I said, we could go on a nice little stretch here. We really can. It's not out of the realm of possibility. But the Xbox Junkie coming in hot with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. A tip for a win. Well, thank you. I really, really do appreciate that. Thank you so much for $10 super chat. I think that the Spurs game will be an excellent chance to look at. McDermott, Josh Richardson, Porto could possibly bring to the team. I think some people will buy into that deal after. I actually think that could very well be sort of an excitement moment for just people in general, right? I definitely think that, here's the thing though too, is I didn't really think about this until like earlier today. Maybe I'll even make a video about this talking about it. But like another thing too is that like I wonder if a Spurs deal gets done after the Spurs games, right? Because like we know that they've talked and engaged with the Spurs, but would the Spurs really want to trade all their guys while they're on a 3-game stance against the Lakers? Because if they trade their guys after this little 3-game stretch, then they'd only have to play them one time, and they play them like towards the end of the year, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. It's an interesting thought. Like I was just like, I wonder if that would happen. But yes, I definitely think that it's something that people are going to be excited for. People are going to get to see those types of players, and I hope they ball out. I just hope they don't ball. I hope they don't ball out enough to beat us. Is my only thing. But yeah, like I said, we should win at least 2 of those 3 games against the Spurs. If I'm being honest, I don't think we're going to beat them all 3 times, even though they are a tanking team. But it's hard to beat anybody 3 straight games, and we're playing them like 3 straight games in like a 4 night span or whatever. Like it's really hard to beat any team. Doesn't matter how bad they are. Any team, it's hard to beat 4 straight or 3 straight games in a short span. So we need to get at least 2 of those. But that's why it'd be nice to get the Pistons win, get the first Spurs win. And then if we could beat the Suns, there's a 4 game win streak. Let's say we lose to the Spurs on the first night and then we beat them on the second night. Then, you basically win 5 of your last 6 games. You're, 7-11. Like now you're in a position to where you can start like weathering the storm a little bit, which is what we need, which is what we really need. But again, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10 super chat. Thank you. It was nice to see a team win. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Absolutely. I'm with you. I am with you. They finally. Oh, I already got that question. Sorry, I thought I overlooked it. 80 looked dominant. Lonnie was great. AR-15 was great. I'm so happy we won. Oh my God. Yes, I am with you. These were the kind of games that we need to see continue. These are the kind of games like we need these guys to play the way that they played. Because then if the guys play the way that they played tonight, and then you add LeBron James, I still don't think we're a contender, but I think that we're much better. And maybe we could get back to a position where maybe Rob Pelinka looks at this and goes, okay, like maybe we are a move or 2 away. So I just we need to start rattling off some wins here. We do. We really do. 80 just needs to stay aggressive in the second half. I agree. And he easily 30-10 guy for sure. Yeah. And that's been the problem is the second halves. I mean, he's been on pace to score 30 plus points every single game this season. He just disappears in the second half. He was averaging like 4 points a game in the second half over like the last like 4 or 5 games. Like that's just unacceptable. You can't do that if you're Anthony Davis. Like we need more games like this. I'm not saying he has to go for 37 or whatever, but he should be giving us, night in and night out. He should be a 27 to 30 point a game guy. Easy. Another Russ dunk. Yeah, that was a solid dunk. I really like that. Yeah, I love it. I love it. If we sign Kyrie, if he gets bought out, can we re-sign him next year if we do the Spurs trade? Yes, because one, Spurs deal, everybody is expiring on that Spurs deal. So you can work it out. You'd have the bird rights to, I believe, all the guys for the Spurs too, which would really help. Kyrie isn't going to get a max. I mean, nobody's going to give Kyrie a max. So you're probably going to get Kyrie pretty cheap, at least for a 1-year prove it deal. So if that happens, then you're in a good spot. You're in a good spot. But next up, I already got that one. I'm hoping the guys continue to buy in, and that means Braun as well. We can become a freaking team. I agree with you. We got to. We need guys to continue to play the way that they did tonight. We played very well, very well. A win, I know. I'll take it. I will take it. Hello, Washington. 0 points, none living up to his name. Yeah, seriously. We gotta try to move him. We do. We got to try to move him. I still think you take him and Patrick Beverley and you try to go get another piece. Even if it's just a minor piece, somebody that can come in and contribute. Like I said, you could do Patrick Beverley and Kendrick Nunn for Jakob Poeltl and Josh Richardson. If you can make that happen, I like that would be great because then you could still keep Russ off the bench. You'd have Jakob Poeltl and you'd have Josh Richardson, 2 guys that can contribute to a team that is already has solid guys. Now you have a starting 5 of like, you could even have Schroeder when Schroeder comes back, like Schroeder, Walker, or I probably can't do Walker. So say LeBron at point, Richardson, Walker, Davis, and Poeltl, like that's a really good team. There you go. Now you have like a legit like starting 5. Lakers basketball, love it. TBJ has been a great surprise all season. Lonnie was great. Great all-around game. Agreed. I'm with you. Yeah. Like I said, Troy Brown, like, dude, that dude's just consistent. Every single game, he gives us like that. You want to talk about like consistency? Like at least every single night he's giving you 10 points. every single night. You just know. Um, just won a shorthanded team in a second back to back. Let's be careful. Still 3-10. Got to take your wins when you can take your wins. Come on, Gabriel. I understand you're trying to put things in perspective, but be thankful for a win. This was a commanding win. This wasn't like a struggle. It was rough, and then we just we squeezed it out at the end because it was a tiring team. Like we start to finish, we're in control of this game the entire game. That is a good win. Guys look great. Guys played great. The Nets weren't really hitting shots, but we were still playing great defensively. We were playing great offensively. Everyone was doing good. You got to take some positives. Not everything can just be negative Nancy all the time. Sometimes you got to add some positivity to the pot. I understand putting things in perspective, but come on, bench players better than starters. The bench played good today. Love seeing AD dominate little guys, but what's he going to do with the offensive design? Our offense is ugly. It is. It's very it's very Russ pick and roll reliant in many ways. Seriously. Russ is good in spot minutes, but if you let him stay too long, he tires out and commits bad plays. I think he tries to do too much in times. Like, could you see it? Like, Russ will have like 5 or 6 really good plays, and I think he feeds off that, and then he gets like a little too confident. Got to remember, the guy changed his entire game and everything in like a month and a half span. So it's going to take some time for him to naturally just get into the flow of things and kind of get right, so to speak. But he's been fantastic. You can't really knock him too much. He's done everything. Like I said earlier, this wasn't a great game by him, but it was a solid game. I could have scored a little better, a little more efficiently. But outside of that, I mean, he only had 4 turnovers, 12 assists, 6 rebounds. So, I mean, he had a great, solid stat line. He was good. He was good tonight. How about that wraparound pass from Lonnie? Yeah, from AR3. Yeah, absolutely. With the left hand, that was just beautiful. beautiful. Need Kyrie. Kyrie would definitely help. I agree with that. That would definitely be beneficial. AD only dominate because Claxton was out after the half. Ben Simmons ain't playing either. Ben Simmons ain't guarding Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was dominant, period. Anthony Davis was dominant before Claxton got out. And he got in foul trouble early. A win streak when Dennis Braun returned. Book it. I think so. I actually think Schroeder and Thomas Bryant. I think Schroeder and Thomas Bryant. I think they're gonna have a solid impact. Like, I don't think that they're gonna be like, they're gonna be so good. Like, we're just, they automatically make us a contender. But I definitely think, Dennis Schroeder's a guy that can give you 15 a night, play solid defense. So, you're losing him right now. Thomas Bryant is a guy that could go, if we can get Wizards Thomas Bryant, there's a 15 a night guy, it's just you're missing 2 guys. Also, Thomas Bryant can help alleviate Anthony Davis. He could also start, so Anthony Davis can move to the 4 if you need him to. It opens so much more. But Gabriel's been solid too for us. AD and KD match was entertaining. It was a good game. I liked it. Also, the Lonnie and AD 1-2 punch was super nice. It was a nice surprise. They seem to have great chemistry on those pick and rolls. Want to see more in the future? Yeah, absolutely. Lonnie's been a really good surprise. The problem is chances are this is going to be it for Lonnie Walker and the Lakers, which sucks because he's going to end up pricing himself out from the Lakers. I mean, unless he'll take a significant discount, chances are we're going to end up losing him, which sucks. Anthony Davis finally played like Anthony Davis. Agreed. Trade Braun for shooters. Russ and AD got this. What's going on, KB? I appreciate you. Does the ball move more freely when LeBron is not there? Are the guys move more freely? But I do think it does. Doesn't mean that they can't move the ball freely when LeBron's there, because we've seen them do it. Like, they've had success doing that, and they usually, when that happens. But LeBron's he's been very his decision making. I've said it time and time again. His decision making this year has not been good, and part of that decision making is holding the ball for 20 of the 24 seconds and then jack it up a three. That stops flow, that stops movement, that stops everything. That doesn't put any pressure on the defense. So with LeBron out, the guys are moving the ball more. Guys are not as reliant. I mean, they are reliant on Anthony Davis, but you see the ball moving more. Hopefully, LeBron comes in and continues to kind of push that. Like LeBron's going to get his 20 regardless. Like, go get your 20 plus, but do it within the scope of the offense. We need to keep Ivy. We cannot make the same mistakes that we did with AC Malik. We'd love to have him in the future, considering how young I would too. I just don't know if we're going to be able to afford him. You know what I mean? Like, are you getting because we don't have a ton of salary space, and are you getting like if somebody offers him like $20 million a year because 23-year-old averaging like 18 points a game and been very solid for the Lakers, like you can't match that. Like you're kind of screwed, Do you think AD has the potential to ever be a top player, better player than KD? I think he has the potential coming out of the bubble. He was top 5 or 3 player. Bubble Anthony Davis was easily top 3 to 5 player, hands down. I mean, you could make an argument that Anthony Davis was maybe number 2 behind, behind like Giannis and LeBron. Maybe you could make an argument there that you could put him like 1C, I guess. But it just he hasn't been able to consistently maintain that, which is the problem. He's got to consistently do what he did tonight. And that's my concern. I think he has the potential. Yes, absolutely. I mean, he's a guy, he's still playing the best. He's tied with Giannis for the number 1 overall defense in the entire league amongst like players. Like he's great defensively. Just his hustle plays. There have been plays this year where you look at him and you go, this guy's the best player on the planet. And then like 2 minutes later, he does something. And you're like, yeah, never mind. Like, it's one of those things. Like, that's my problem with Anthony Davis is like, he has just, unbelievable talent. I mean, like seriously, like game changing NBA level talent. It's just, can he do that night in and night out? That's my concern. Convincing y'all beat the Nets on a back-to-back. Relax. Convincing is convincing. We convincingly won start to finish. Also, AD was incredible on the offensive rebound. Yeah, he had 10 offensive boards. I need to see that more. AD, the best damn thing in the league. When he's aggressive, just because the aggressive. Exactly. Got to stay consistent. Yo, bro, AD had more offensive rebounds than the whole Nets team. Seriously, think about that. It's crazy. I agree. Yeah, I mean, this was a great all-around game from Anthony Davis. I loved what I saw from Anthony Davis. Absolutely. Nets didn't have a center. It doesn't matter. They have enough size. They haven't had many problems this year. We just wanted a win. AD finally had a great second half. Agreed. He had a great second half. Fantastic second half. No major trades. Let this team grow together. I would still trade Kendrick Nunn and Patrick Beverley. Like, I have no problems with them waiting it out and just seeing like what they could do with Russ and everybody, and kind of like at least right. Especially if we can rattle off some wins. Like I said, if we can win, like so we got this win tonight. We're 3-10. If we can go and beat the teams that we're supposed to, and go on like a say we win the next 5 out of our 6 games, and now we're like 7-11 or whatever, then I don't have a problem them being patient, kind of letting this team build and grow. But I would get rid of Patrick Beverley and Kendrick Nunn, because I think you could use their salaries with maybe a first something, and go get like 1 or 2 quality guys that could really come in. Like go get a Miles Turner, or go get preferably what I would like Josh Richardson, Jakob Poeltl. Go get those 2, bring them in. Now you got 2 like actual productive, multi-use players. So I'm okay with not any major trades unless a deal comes on the table, or if Kyrie gets bought out. Like if Kyrie gets bought out and you end up getting Kyrie Irving, then you have to trade Russ. You have to do all this. At that point, you're pushing all your chips to the table, going all in. And I don't mind if the right deal comes to fruition, making a trade, especially if it's a deal that helps you not only now but for the future. Then I think you do it. What's good, bro? Bro, how you doing? I am wonderful. Thank you, 2K Hollywood. I appreciate you. We are good. We got to win. Can't complain too much, right? Can't complain too much. AD finally had a monster game. Yes, I love it. It feels like it's been years. I agree. I really do. I agree with you. The Suns not happening, you'd be surprised. Do the kid, not now, but when you can. What's going on? Oh, what's going on, Devon? Appreciate you being here. What is up? What is up? Pat Bev is a liability as much as the rest, if not more. Pat Bev has been terrible for the Lakers. I do. I really think that they need to look to move him. McDermott has one more year at 13 million. Yes, I think, like I said, I mean, I wouldn't mind taking it, like, maybe even swapping those two, but I would personally rather, like I said, I'd rather take Kendrick Nunn because Jakob Poeltl, Josh Richardson, the two of them combined, like perfectly fit uh, Kendrick Nunn and Patrick Beverly. Like, I'd rather go get those two from the Spurs because then you got a center that, AD can play the four, or if you want to have AD play the five, Poeltl can come off the bench if you need him to. He's came off the bench before. And then got Josh Richardson, 3-and-D guy, could kind of give you a punch. Kyrie will get a max. He's the most skilled player ever. He's not going to get a max. Look, I love Kyrie, and I've stuck up a lot for Kyrie Irving. He's not getting a max. Lakers don't play for 5 more days. Are we about to be in a good mood all week? Yes, exactly. That's good, though, too, because now we can kind of let the wind marinate. Guys can get healthy. Guys can get right, kind of allow everything to kind of get together. I'm excited for this. Lakers Nation, what is up? I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And speaking of Lakers Nation, hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe to this channel. We hit 5,700 subscribers. What, I think last night. So let's on the road to 6K, and then on the road to 10K, right? So hit that subscribe button. We're at 5726. Can I get another 20 subscribers? There's over 100 of you in this stream. That'd be awesome. I'm sure you're not subscribed, so subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. Hit that like button too while you're there. 3 and 10, y'all coming up. Hey, you got to start somewhere. Yes. What is up? Dude, we are traumatized by the last season. Win is great, but these wins still aren't significant with consistent winning. We were used to the chip. Change it. Yeah, no, I mean, look, I'm not saying, let's go, pop champagne. Let's go, hoorah. Like, no, but, you got to take your wins. You got to let it marinate. You know what I mean? Like, when you're losing and all that stuff, even from especially a player perspective, we look good tonight. We played well tonight. Whatever the circumstances are, we won. We have the team that is put in front of us. We were supposed to win tonight. You still have a guy named Kevin Durant, and this team was put in front of us, and we did the job. Start to finish. I'm not saying like, oh, that's it. Our season's turned around. That's it. We're going. But we have 4 days of rest, which is good. And on top of that 4 days of rest, we also have a much easier. Like, the only team we play that you can make an argument we shouldn't beat would be the Phoenix Suns. But if we could beat the Suns, we could end up on a 6-game win streak. I don't think we're going to beat the Spurs all 3 times. I don't, just because, like I said earlier, it's so hard to beat any team, no matter how bad. To beat a team, 3 times in like a 4-day span or whatever it is. Like, but we should at least win out of Detroit, Spurs, Suns, Spurs. We should win at least 4 of those 5 games. Preferably 5 out of those 5 games, right? He did not change his game. Okay. That must be to somebody else. Also, if by shorthanded you mean missing Kyrie and Simmons, they've shown they're better without Simmons or without Kyrie and Simmons. Yeah, I mean, they've been playing great. And Simmons is coming off the bench, averaging 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Like, he's not, like, he wasn't the difference tonight. Carmelo Anthony needs a team. He does. 11 and 12 assists in back-to-back games off the bench. I'd say Russ is playing fairly well for us right now, and the constant aggression towards the basket is awesome. I love what I'm seeing from us. Absolutely. I really like he's allowing the game to unfold. He's setting up guys. Him and Win and Gabriel have a really good connection. Him and Win and Gabriel are nice together. He's getting a lot of easy assists just off of Win and Gabriel. And I've already broken down him and Anthony Davis's pick and roll. Like, he's doing good. I really like what I've seen from him. Absolutely like what I've seen from him. Schroeder needs to take all of Nunn's investment. Exactly, agreed. Hope. I hope when LeBron comes back, AD doesn't start playing passively and stays up. I agree. I agree. If we can have the team that we saw tonight, and then add LeBron James, we might actually be able to win some games this season. Um, Remind me why we got Pat Bev again liability. I mean, Patrick Beverly was great last season. You know, I don't knock them for that, but not just that. That Patrick Beverly trade did a lot more than just getting Patrick Beverly. You know, it freed up a roster spot, which turned out to be Matt Ryan. It cleared 12 million in cap space, and it cleared. You know, it did a lot outside of just like the trade. And Patrick Beverly was really solid for the Timberwolves. Like his win percentage was like insane last year. So I understand why they did it. Just turns out he just, of course, comes to the Lakers and is terrible. Like every other player, it seems like. Lonnie Walker said sign a contract of a 3-year contract with the Lakers. I would love if he would. I would love that. I like Ham's closing lineup, no rest. Pat Bev at the end of the games was key to closing out the games with the win. Yeah, I like the closing lineup tonight was nice. LeBron hasn't been interested in the games because he knows they're not going anywhere. LeBron cares about the games. It's not. He hasn't been careless. He just is making poor decisions. There's a difference. LeBron James destroyed NBA teams. Played on LeBron James destroyed teams. Yeah. We are scoring better with Braun out, including efficiency numbers this year so far, but sample size, yeah, exactly. LeBron only going to play so he can get the scoring record. He doesn't care about winning another chip. Of course he does. He's not. He still wants to win. He's still chasing Jordan. Still trying to get those chips. But does it, like when we're getting smacked? Is he like, screw it, let me go get 30? Sure. You know, like when things are looking bleak in the middle of games and we're, you know, starting to get ran off the court, is he like, I mean, see if I could jack up a couple threes and, you know, get my point total up? Sure. Do you still think Kyrie will be bought out this week? I think it's a real possibility. Like I said, if like Wednesday or Thursday, because here's the thing, like, and look, I'm not saying it's gonna happen for sure. I'm just saying, based on what we've heard and what we've seen, I mean, even Joe Tsai yesterday was like, Kyrie hasn't done enough. Kyrie, you know, needs to prove more and blah, blah. It's insane. It's ridiculous. I never thought, and I said this like, you know, when all this stuff started, there was no way that they were going to waive Kyrie before this game. Just because this game, you're not going to waive Kyrie Irving. And then like a day later, you have to play Kyrie Irving. Like you're not going to do that. So I understood. I understood that if they were ever going to waive Kyrie, it wouldn't be till after this game. He's not going to play on the road trip. Like, so if he doesn't play on the road trip and you bring him back, he's missed like 10 games. Like, what's the point? You know, so I think very likely he's probably going to get waived in the next week, you know, maybe 2 at the most. I've said we're probably about another week or 2 away from Kyrie actually getting waived, if he gets waived at all. But I still think it's a real big possibility, especially if they keep winning and continue to look good. Like, you know, they just beat the Clippers last night. Like, you know, yeah, it's a tough game. They're going to look at it as like, yeah, it was it was off game tonight, back to back. It just doesn't make sense for the Nets to bring him back. It doesn't, especially after everything he said. And I don't know why Kyrie would want to come back. AD went back to Orlando and got his powers back, I guess. Whatever he did, I'm all for it. He needs to keep it. I had AD as MVP this season. I did too. I thought he had potential to be AD when we get above 500. It'll be because of him. Yeah. I've said we go as far as Anthony Davis carries us. That's not true to me. This is why I like AD at center. Put 4 skilled players around him, make good passes. He's hard to stop. I agree. He is really hard to stop. I think during an 82 game season, it's nice to have a center and let AD play the 4. I'm not saying you can't ever play him at 5, but at least like a majority, and then like close out games, like basically what they did in the 2020. You know, like for the most part, you had AD at the 4, and then when you needed to close games out, or you know you were worried about a game, you put AD at the 5 and you let him go to work. Have any injury? Yeah, I mean he's had all kinds of like little nagging stuff. That's why this little break is going to be good. I wouldn't move Pat Bev at the moment. I feel his impact on our defensive mindset is too important. I don't know. I mean, if you look up the numbers defensively with and without Pat Bev, we're actually better without Patrick Beverly. Um, I just, I don't know. I mean, we're better, period, on offensively and defensively. But I just the problem. I wouldn't mind keeping Patrick Beverly if like he was like a $2 million contract, something like that. But he's literally our biggest contract next to Russell Westbrook, and I think we need to make some move. I think we need to do something. Add a guy in to be. We need another guy or two, at least. Assuming you keep Russ, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because like people don't take into account like if you go and do like say the Pacers deal, yeah, you're getting Patrick, you're getting Miles Turner, Buddy Hill, but you're also losing Russ and his 16, 6 and 6 or whatever, which is important. So I think if we could turn two net negative guys into two net positive guys, I think you got to do it. Do you think AD will go back to power forward when TB comes back? I think they'll experiment with it. I don't know if he will full time, but I think they at least try it out. This is the aggressive AD we need. Agreed. My concern is that Brooklyn has zero size and straight down low, and that's the reason AD was capable of big performance tonight. Yeah, but look, this is you. AD should have done this against several teams this season, and he hasn't. So to see him do this is good. I'll take my signs. We'll see. I mean, we'll see if he can continue this though. Here's a situation with LeBron James. I think LeBron James cursed. LeBron James having a bad attitude. Maybe. I wish we could go get. I know that'd be nice. SGA. He's been real nice this year. It's the second question. Can Russell Westbrook average 50 rebounds a game? If only. Coach Ham needs to host a damn team barbecue on his mini break and bring the team together. Yeah, they need to have like a team building exercise. Like they need to seriously sit down, talk, have a conversation, do something. Anthony Davis in games versus Kevin Durant is better. The Russ Gabriel are huge. Russ and Gabriel have been really good together. Really good together. You mean Winning is getting a lot of easy buckets because Russ? Exactly. If you're an aggressive big, Russ is perfect for you. It is. Like I broke down the reason the pick and roll keeps working with Russ and the bigs and not with LeBron and the bigs is because Russ is so aggressive off the turn with the pick and roll. It puts the defenders in an impossible position. Problem is LeBron doesn't hit that turn. Supposed to hit that turn when the pick comes out, and he doesn't. So the defense doesn't have to overcommit one way or another. Where Russ, when he turns that corner, the defender either has to roll with Davis, and now Russ has got an easy layup, which we've seen, or they have to come out and guard Russ, and then Russ has got the easy lob or entry pass to the rolling big. And we've seen that over and over and over again. It's because Russ is so aggressive off that turn. AD was dominant today because he played with his back to the basket. Do that more. Agreed. Pat Bev trade cleared $13 million. Yeah. And freed up extra roster spot Johnson, and we needed dump Jones if possible. Yeah. Great. Kyrie Irving to Lakers soon. I think so. I really do. I still think he's coming. Look, even if he doesn't come this year, he's probably coming next year. So we're going to have Kyrie in purple and gold, I think, at some point. I would prefer to have him this year because we could really use him this year. But even if we don't, I can wait till next year. It's not the end of the world. Max Christie has also been very impressive. Yes, I said that on the last live stream. I really like what I've seen from Max Christie. He's been great, and he's still very good defense. Really, I want everyone that thinks Max Christie isn't a good defender, go watch him. He is great for being 19 years old and a rookie. His closeouts, his recoveries, his sticking in front of he is really good defensively for a 19-year-old kid. Really good. He could end up being an elite defender coming up, but he's been great. He seems a little more confident. He's knocking down shots. He's creating his own shots. We've seen that a couple times. He's looking really good. I think Christie has the potential to be great. I really do. Max Christie might be our best on-ball defender. Like, no joke. Like, it's just he's just young. So like he's gonna make a lot of mistakes and a lot of, just he's gonna miss assignments, miss spots, stuff like that. That'll come as time goes on. But like you watch him, he is really good defensively, like really good. Yeah. Being out, but turns out to be a very good piece. That could be more like air. Yeah, definitely. Kyrie to the Lakers. Let's do it. If it's to be done, I do. I am all for it. If it does happen, like I said, I don't want to get people's hopes up too much. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not. I'm just some dude on the internet talking. But I do. I think it looks really. Looks really telling. I mean, the Nets have basically three options. Either you do the Russell Westbrook route where you take on like a bunch of bad salaries and trade them, because I mean I'm sure there's a team, like would the Hornets trade like two guys, to the Nets to just get off salary, like no picks, no nothing, maybe, and then buy out Kyrie and then Kyrie goes to Lakers. So you do that, you wait, or you just waive them, buy them out, or you just keep them on the bench, send them home, like. Because if you like, what are you going to do? You're going to play him again? Like, that could be a disaster. Unpopular opinion: waive Matt Ryan after trade, sign Carmelo after KD is Spurs traded. Yeah, I mean, if everything happens, the problem is if you do depending on what you get in the Spurs Kyrie situation, you're probably not going to be able to sign Carmelo because you're probably going to have to waive Matt Ryan regardless. Like if you trade Russ for Portal, Richardson, and McDermott, and then you sign Kyrie Irving, you're basically waiving all your non-guaranteed guys. Butt kicker, that's the butt kicker. We finally won. This is a start of win streak. I think so. I mean, our next game is against the Detroit Pistons in 4 days, so we should get a win. Starting lineup going forward: Reeves, Walker, Brown, and AD. I wouldn't mind that. I really like that. I really like that lineup. Send Nunn to the G League. I mean, he's been terrible. I feel it. He's been rough. You think AD and Kyrie could be a good duo when Braun retires? I do. If Kyrie can buy him, I have no concerns with Kyrie. While LeBron is there, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little concerned of Kyrie, like when LeBron leaves. But I think that I think they could be a good duo. I really do. Just tell Braun we ain't trading our youngsters yet. I don't think the Lakers should trade AD. I've been saying from day one, like, because you're not, at least right now, you're not going to get the value that you want out of Anthony Davis. In the offseason, maybe. Like, if you're terrible this year and you don't make the playoffs, or you're like, a play-in team or something like that, maybe you explore and you just see, like, what can you get for AD? Because you're going to get a lot more for AD in the offseason than you will right now. Because you're going to have teams that underperform, that believe that they're a piece away or whatever. Like the Phoenix Suns, they might trade you Ayton, Bridges, and some first-round picks to get Anthony Davis, stuff like that. But they're probably not going to do it right now. I could honestly see Max Christie being a Mikal Bridges type. Yeah, it's not a bad comparison at all. Has a similar build, and they are the same height. I can see what he's become. So yeah, I could see that. Yeah, it's not a bad comparison at all. I say keep Ryan. Sometimes it's more about keeping guys who been around the team for chemistry. Like I said, it just depends on what you get. Because like I said, if you let's say you do the Spurs trade for those three guys, and then you go and you do the sign Kyrie or whatever, you're gonna have to waive Ryan because you need the roster spots at that point. So it just depends on what develops. But if you can keep Ryan, keep Ryan. Nunn got 2 threes to his face back to back. He's a defensive liability. He's an everything liability right now. He has not looked good at all. Love the lives and videos. Keep up the grind. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And absolutely. That's why I'm here. That's what we do here. And subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you're watching this live stream, subscribe to the channel. Hang out with us. I always do the post games. I do other live streams here and there when I can. But we always do the post games here. And then I post videos daily. So I'd appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Can I at least get 4 more subscribers? Get me to 5730. I'm sure there's 4 of you that aren't subscribed. I'd really appreciate that if you could subscribe to the channel. And also don't forget to like the video. Helps me out a lot. But anyway, we got to the end of the chat. I appreciate y'all hanging out for me with us. I'm going to skate on out of here, get everything done, get videos ready for tomorrow as usual. And then hopefully we get some good news tomorrow. It is Monday. So who knows? Maybe we'll get some bright news to start our day. Maybe Palika is making some traction on something this weekend. But we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. Again, subscribe to the channel, like this video. You are all